New York is filled with Michael Jackson hotspots. From film locations to murals, theatres, and even a former residence, the Big Apple offers ample MJ-related tourist attractions if you're here on a visit. So, let's explore. We're just boarding the plane now, and we'll see you on the other side.
Into the cloud, flying up so high. Watch me now, watch me now.
Just arrived at New York, and that is the first thing we're greeted with. It's great to see Michael's image there all the way along. We're heading back in time to Sherman Station, where Michael filmed the Bad music video, and also The Wiz was filmed here. So let's go. If you're looking to visit Sherman Street Station from Manhattan, take the A or C train downtown, which is going to take you over to Brooklyn. If you're looking at the MTA map, the station you need is not to be confused with the similarly named Hoyt Street Station located nearby. We've arrived at the Bad subway station, Sherman, where Michael filmed the Bad music video, and also The Wiz was filmed on the platform. So my lovely assistant Kim, if you spin the camera around, you can see the exact place where Michael Jackson filmed Bad.
Imagine it being 1987 and Michael Jackson is the world's biggest superstar, running up and down these stairs, running down this area and jumping from the ceiling. I mean, in terms of history, and somebody shouting over the top of me, it doesn't get much better than this.
So this is one of the staircases where he had a photo. See Kim looking at pictures of Michael on her phone. And this is the staircase that Michael posed on for this photo, which you'll recognise. Legendary staircase, and these people don't even know. There should be a blue plaque or something here, definitely. I mean, Michael Jackson came here. The NYPD just told us that's the platform Michael filmed on. Of course, it's inaccessible to the public now. I think they should turn it into a tourist spot. I'd pay to go over there, although they need to clean it up a bit. So this is the road the Bad subway station is on. If I zoom in, you can see it just down there. That's where we came from. Our next stop is a place on 6th Avenue, or Avenue of the Americas, where Michael had two of the best live performances. And he was also duped here twice in his career. So he had no wins at the 88 Grammys, and the Artist of the Millennium set up at the 2002 VMAs, but they were just dicks. This is the iconic Radio City Music Hall. So Michael performed The Way You Make Me Feel and Man in the Mirror here at the 30th Annual Grammys in 1988, which was legendary, of course. And then again at the 1995 MTV Video Music Awards with a 15-minute set. and this is often considered to be one of the best MTV performances of all time. Another day and we're back on the subway. No, this is not a poem. We're heading northbound to the renowned theatre that opened in 1940. It's the Apollo. Alright, so we are at the legendary Apollo Theatre up in Harlem. This is a location where the Jackson 5 performed Who's Loving You on that stage. Michael then came back again in 2002 and performed at Rock the Vote with Diana Ross. It was his last performance in the US, and we're still waiting for the footage, Karen. But here is the Apollo. And guess whose name is in the pavement? Oh, sorry Lionel, that's for We Are the World. Ta-da! Now we're going to go from Michael's last ever New York theatre performance venue to his first. Santa, I know him. Well, so I'm standing in front of the Sullivan Theater, which is where the Jackson 5 first performed in New York on December 14th, 1969. You'll know the famous performance where Michael performed I Want You Back, The Love You Save, and Who's Loving You. This is definitely a piece of Michael Jackson history, and if you are in New York, you have to go check it out. Imagine little Michael Jackson and these brothers coming here to perform for the first time. How nervous they must have felt performing for the entire US, and then think to where his career ended up and the success that he had afterwards. And it all started with a performance right here. Walking, walking, always walking. I swear to God, if I don't have the calves of an elephant by the end of this. Do elephants have good calves?
Big feet.
Big feet. Do they have good calves, or are they just big like tree trunk legs?
Big.
Fine, if I don't have really good legs by the end of this, then all this walking has been a waste. Should have just got on the subway like a normal tourist. Just as I start recording, Kim ponders the question, what is a normal tourist?
None of them here.
You heard the old bag, none of them here. So Kim, imagine it's 1977, we are Michael and Diana Ross, and we're on the way to Studio 54. Let's go! This is Studio 54, and Michael said this is the one place in New York he felt most at home. He would come here and party while he was filming The Wiz, while LaToya was at home melting Hershey's into hot chocolate. This is an iconic place. If you're in New York, check out Studio 54. The things that happened here, we don't talk about, but you can check out Michael's interview here from 1977 online. We're now coming up on the Beacon Theatre. This is the place where Michael was going to film his TV special called One Night Only. So initially it was meant to be filmed on the 8th and 9th of December 1995, and then it was going to air on TV on the 10th of December. But unfortunately Michael fell ill and collapsed on stage and had to be rushed to hospital, and the whole show ended up being cancelled. Although there is some rehearsal footage out there that exists that is still in the vault. So in here was the famous shots and videos of Michael on stage with Marcel Marceau in front of the world's press, where he announced the show. Just imagine what this could have been. If this had happened here, this would have changed the history of the Beacon Theatre, and I think Michael's performance reputation in the US. I really think this would have been one for the ages, and it's so sad that it never happened. We're We're now coming up on the Hit Factory, the legendary recording studio where Michael recorded History, Past, Present and Future Book 1. The album was a double disc which sold 5 million copies and went on to become the biggest selling double disc album in history. Hit Factory! This is the legendary recording studio. Velvet Rope was recorded here, Parts of Bad were recorded here, the History album was recorded here. This is the place where magic happened. Oh, it's now apartments, of course. Just in the lobby, if you head inside the main front door, there's 3 plaques on the wall, one of which is for the Bad album. Whoever's on reception usually lets you take photos and see it if you just go in and ask politely, which I've done a couple of times and we did today.